here at Shane's Castle with my colleague Paul Pringle from the Great Game Fairs of Ireland. The historic Shane's Castle is not only birthplace to the Kings of Ulster, but also has hosted the Irish Game Fair for some years. We're here this morning to look back at the success of the 40th anniversary All-Ireland Game Fair held here in June in 2018, and looking forward to two exciting new events north and south of the border in 2019. To celebrate the 40th anniversary of when we founded the Game Fairs in Ireland, we decided to run one huge All-Ireland Game Fair here at Shane's Castle. And having delivered the most successful Irish Game Fair ever in 2018 here, we are now looking forward to our normal format of running a Game Fair here and a Game Fair at a venue in the south of Ireland.
We have very clear objectives: to promote and defend Irish country sports and the rural way of life, to inspire and educate the young, and to protect the environment, and provide a meeting place and forum for country sports enthusiasts from Ireland and much, much wider afield.
We've been here in Ireland for 3 days now. We're staying for 6 weeks. Ireland's beautiful, come visit.
And it's a beautiful site here. There's a lot of different places to go and people to meet.
We do this by delivering an entertaining, family-focused event packed with the very best country sports, conservation, fine food and crafts, and local living history. It's an action-packed celebration of the Irish countryside and the rural way of life. The 2018 fair surpassed all other game fairs in so many ways. With the largest number of competitors and visitors, including many from outside Northern Ireland.
It's windy out there today, and the Goldens are very good at air scenting.
Packed entertainment programmes captured our biggest audience's imaginations. New trade stands from the UK and further afield offered the biggest range of quality items. Two even came from Pakistan, along with a trade delegation by Pakistan's UK trade attaché. Who knows where this will lead? We had the most extensive, positive media coverage generated by any Irish country sports event ever. Good for the fair, superb for country sports. And the experts agreed, like being described as the best marketed of any of the events supported by Tourism NI. Positive media coverage for the event was estimated by a professional PR company at close to £1 million worth.
The setting is just idyllic. It stretches forever. Like many of these castles, it takes up just acre after acre after acre.
This included 100,000 plus worldwide readers per issue of Irish Country Sports and Country Life magazine. 3 weeks of publicity, including a 3-hour outside broadcast on Northern Ireland's top commercial radio station, U105, several BBC radio interviews, coverage in over 40 newspapers throughout Ireland, and excellent television footage in Field Sports Channel TV and BBC Northern Ireland's Home Ground programme. And there's more to come, with 2 BBC half-hour national TV programmes still to be aired. And on the international stage, a leading German travel magazine had an article about us. We were listed in the Daily Telegraph's top 20 UK food festivals. Top UK food magazine Delicious, with over 500,000 Facebook followers no less, selected Shane's Castle to host their Irish Food Awards, bringing their demo kitchen for the crowds to see.
So we are judging the Produce Awards 2018 for Delicious magazine in association with Fisher & Paykel.
And none other than TripAdvisor told its 7 million readers that the fair was one of the top UK events to visit in June. Well, how could we refuse?
Country sports have always been very much at the heart of the Game Fair. Major international competitions, displays and exhibits, and major stands from the main country sports organisations such as Countryside Alliance Ireland, NARGC, IFA Countryside and Country Sports Ireland, FISTA, plus many other smaller clubs and organisations.
2019 is going to be the International Year of the Salmon, both on the Pacific and on the Atlantic side of the world. We are anxious to get the 2019 International Year of the Salmon organised in such a way that we have a better habitat for the future. if we look at the numbers plummeting at the moment, we have found that quite a lot of the scientists just wring their hands and say, we can't do anything about it. It's climate change. Everything is being blamed on climate change. And while it is seriously significant, surely there are a lot more scientific research projects to be conducted, especially in the feeding grounds, because it's in the feeding grounds that they're not coming back from at the moment. And that's in the Faroes, in the north of Norway, but much more importantly in the mid-Atlantic, where Irish salmon is actually dwindling very fast. The spring edition of Irish Country Sports and Country Life magazine will carry a major feature on the important Irish and international support for this initiative. And the two great game fairs of Ireland will also have a serious address of the wild salmon. At these fairs, we'll have special pavilions and will give FISTA a huge promotional platform to highlight the work that has been done and what needs to be done for the future of our wild salmon.
And these are supported by informative displays on country sports and conservation in the Salmon and Woodcock Pavilion and the Gamekeepers Marquee. The top Irish international gun dog competitions, including the Feedwell International Retriever and Red Mills International Spaniel events. These give Irish gun dog handlers the opportunity to compete against the top handlers from England, Scotland and Wales on one of the best gun dog courses in the UK or Ireland. Terrier lurchers and whippets are well catered for by the annual All-Ireland Terrier Whippet and Lurcher Racing and Showing Championships, open to all, and the various championships with qualifiers throughout the UK and Ireland. These include the two big Lurcher Racing Championships named after two of Ireland's legendary sporting icons, Mick the Miller and Master McGrath. The 2018 Master McGrath race had a fairy tale ending when the Smith's Scooby, in spite of hurting a leg during the heats, demonstrated immense courage and a real desire to win to defend the title he won in 2017. We understand he will be back in 2019 to try to win the title for a third time. And in a remarkable sporting gesture, for the second year, the Smiths donated their substantial prize money to our cancer charity. And when interviewed, they explained just how much the fair means to them and other country sports enthusiasts.
It's a great pleasure to come for the last 4 years to the Master McGrath and come second twice in a row and then go and win it 2 years in a row. Well, he was running with an injury and he was still able to run and go along and win the Master McGrath.
Albert does a great job here. The track is absolutely fabulous here today. It's absolutely brilliant, that's what it was. And there's great racing. And we know there's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get this track the way it is, like, you know what I mean? And for all the lads to get it going, like, you know what I mean? They're just constant racing, you know what I mean? It's outstanding. It's a credit to them. It is a credit. Shane's Castle, it's one of the best days of your life.
What we look forward to every year.
Another top lurcher handler, Jed Donagh, with his big winning lurcher Chunk.
Mick the Miller would be a very big competition for us. It's what we'd work all year for, conditioning and getting dogs ready for. Last year we took part and he ran really well, but was beaten fair and square in the finish. And today it was all about trying to bridge the gap and trying to make a difference on last year. That's what it was all about. So we've spent a year working hard with the dog, just trying to, you know, close that gap on last year. I think the event is fantastic. I think it's, you know, it's for lurchers. It's for lurchers. It's, you know, it's going. We have different categories in dog racing. You know, elite dogs, lurchers, and lurchers are my thing. You know, so this. I love that they have staged an event for lurchers. You know, for working lurchers, like, you know. I love the whole event. I love what it's all about. I love the day. I love just everything that goes on in the day. You know, sometimes from a competitor's point of view, it's hard to get to see a lot of the other stuff that's going on. You know, but I love it. I love the day out. You know, there's nothing else like it. Like, you know, it's what us competitors in the dog world want.
Some of the best sporting clay pigeon shooting is on offer at both game fairs, with prize funds to at least match or even surpass the best in the UK and Ireland. At Shane's Castle in 2018, there was the opportunity to win 3 guns and a whole raft of other prizes, including some valuable cash prizes. And there was the unique challenge to anyone to try to win the cock and hen by winning both days and 2 fantastic bronze trophies.
I really love the angling at Shane's. It's a show within a show with casting demonstrations and competitions, trade stands and many club, fisheries and organisation stands in the Salmon and Woodcock Pavilion. Deira Fisheries Division were there along with FISTA, UAF and APCAI Ireland. All ages can have tuition in fly casting and fly tying, and youngsters can use their new skills to catch and fish in the Deira put and take fishery organised by NSF, where they might just meet a very fishy leprechaun. Having caught their fish, award-winning chef Emmett McCourt might even be persuaded to cook it for them.
Apart from unrivaled country sports attractions, there were many other attractions, including a living history village, a fine food and craft festival, the best ever this year with hundreds of trade stands. In terms of living history, the Great Game Fairs of Ireland have developed some of Ireland's largest living history festivals, with timelines from Vikings through to the 1798 rebellion, including obviously locally the Battle of Antrim. At Shane's, in addition to the encampment in the evocative setting of these old ruins of the castle on Lough Neagh, there were historical reenactments with fifes, pipes, drums, cannon, musketry and the clash of swords and pikes from Living History Ireland and other groups.
Events in the main arena, but essentially after this display, then we will have Derek Davison and his Scottish Terrier display team.
I said cheer for me!
And the thrills and spills of medieval jousting from the Knights of the North from the borders of Scotland. One of the most attractive parts of the fair for the families who wish to buy into the country lifestyle is a tented village of around 200 trade stands, all with at least one bargain item. A must-stop and shop location within this village is the Fine Food and Craft Festival, with cookery demonstrations by Emmett McCourt in the Flowgas Kitchen, and a huge range of artisan foods, including the inimitable Peter Gott with his game and wild boar pies and other craft meat from the fells of Cumbria.
I actually farm wild boar, and this is obviously one of the origins of country sports. At once the royalty hunted it, but now we sell it in all its formats, steaks and burgers and sausage, and we find that the country fairs are somewhere where like-minded people come together and the assortment of good wholesome food. And I think there's a want for good food, and the food part of all these events is something that you get them together where in one place you can actually find local food that sometimes isn't just as accessible. Some of these artisan foods and buy seaweed and local butter, and I think that's tremendous.
Country crafts are well represented, including wildlife art, stick making and taxidermy. But of course there are always many other lifestyle products on display, including a massive range of country clothing, dog food and canine accessories, 4x4 vehicles, fishing tackle, boats and a good range of top quality guns, and especially in 2018, advice on how to improve your shooting, including gun fitting by Michael Yardley, and even gun repairs and advice on tap from gunsmith Scott Wilson.
For everyone, young and old, there was non-stop action-packed entertainment in the main arena, the Country Sports and Action Arena and Medieval Arena. With ferrets, falcons, the Scottish Terrier Roadshow, dog shows, dog agility, horse and hound displays, carriage driving, the Norfolk Warrener, dancing horses from the Coachie Stud. And there was plenty of action for children. Lots of have-a-go opportunities like fishing and angling tuition. And looking forward to Shane's in 2019, we'll have even more fun and entertainment for everyone.